Hi, good morning. My name is Carlnet Lodehope, and today I'm making a video and I'm talking about leveraging home and school ties when it comes to English language training. The following topics that we'll cover in this video together will be about cultural influencing on teaching and learning, cultural competency, and the social emotional needs of English language learners. We'll talk about intentional strategies for families and community, engagement that supports and highlight the assets of home language. We'll talk about inclusive schools, and we'll talk about how to be inclusive, make students feel inclusive in the classroom environment. And we'll talk about the roles that the family and the community, the practices they can use to influence English language learners. When it comes to learning new things and new language in classes, the school educators can do a lot to foster cultural influences. They can also do a lot to help with cultural competency and social emotional needs of English language learners, including just by looking for change in the world. For this example, making change in the world, teachers can give students an assignment, and in the assignment, students can try to improve the world around them. So that's going to make them more aware of themselves and more aware of differences and different students in their classroom. For instance, you can have a student write a pen letter to the local government, and they can be proposing about the new construction that will be great for a playground in the neighborhood. They can also add new regulations and legislations that will keep the children safe and just at this new playground in the neighborhood, and talk about just keeping it maintained, the maintenance, keeping it properly clean. And this is going to teach students to have the ability of empathy and also just seeing a perspective from different people's views. This is a good component that is essential to teaching them what is the benefits of social emotional learning and awareness, and how to bring political changes about. So I think that will be a good way to help children be aware of themselves and their culture. I think when it comes to intentional strategies for family and the community engagement, I think they can support the asset of home language, communication, family involvement. They can support the whole culture to build the family, the community, the schools. They can do this through partnerships, through different people in the community. They can have teachers host parent-teacher partnership, things that are going on to support children in the community with English language learning. I think that's really good, even when we go back to talking about how parents can encourage English language learners to even learn at home so they can speak their native language at home, but they also can practice by using the language that they are learning to speak. So it's going to make them very all around easygoing person when it comes to learning a different language, because they'll be able to speak in two different languages. So they'll be very fluent in both areas just off of practice from their family, yet alone. I also think the having school-based activities, that's good to encourage parents to come out to be involved in their kids' education, and also the community, because reaching out to the community, they have so many tools and resources that they can give for children and parents who are English language learners. So I think that is good as well. I want to continue on by saying also, I would say within you know, parents getting feedback and things that they can do to better their home environment, and things that we can do as educators to better the education environment. But because of disparities in our home life and sometimes in our cultural norms, sometimes this can be a significant impact on English language learners and also on just children in general. So I think educators, according to Rosden, he thinks that educators are obligated to take measures to contribute to academic performance. While these factors, you still take the factors in consideration of what the child is going through at home. However, you go with a plan in mind, knowing that it is significant impact that educators go in the classroom, and they just help children to have the best performance however they can, by including them and helping them and assisting them and just trusting in them. I want to keep going by saying to respect people in that aspect. It can get hard in class during times where there are holidays, when an English language learner is probably not going to celebrate certain holidays because it's not within the norm of their culture. I think what an educator can do, as educators, we can make sure that we assure that they're not singled out and they are inclusive. And we could kind of stray away from and not foster too much on those holidays where each child do not feel singled out. You want to teach each kid about different cultures and different environments, but you all still want to cater to them. The fact that might just not be what they celebrate within their tradition. So I think a teacher, as educators, we have that control in our classroom to make sure that every child feels comfortable and every child feels accepted. So going back to the part with family and community practices, that plays a good role when it comes to helping children do better, when it's talking about parents just finding more resources and having more access to resources to help them in school when they are English language learners. I think that helps them to get a better idea of what they need for the whole child. I think parents volunteering at schools, that's a way to help their kid when it comes to English language learners needing more help. I also think that helping in the community and just having community members who are already, whose native language is English, coming to pull children out in small group who are English language learners and reading books to them. And I think the more they hear that, just hearing the language daily is going to help them to not only speak this language, but to understand the language and also understand what how to reciprocate a conversation when talking to a person who speaks English. In this video, I actually quoted from Hughes and Rosando, and it's another guy called Yasofi, and I'm going to include that in the reference page. And I just want to thank you guys for listening to me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thanks.